Hello folks, this is Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower. Yes, it's really me, and you're inside the Christian whistleblower's lair. And I just wanted to show you, I did get a nice donation. Didn't pay for all of this, but I got a nice donation, and I got a couple things. We're going to show you what we do with the donations that you get. And first off, I want to show you I got this really cool knife. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit too. And I'm going to use it, of course, to open up this package that I got. And what this is, this will be the last crappy lighted video that you get from me, because I was given a nice donation. And I don't want to cut this, so I'm trying to be real light. And what we got is some lights, some like professional studio lights, and we'll be able to set these up, and we'll be able to have a much more professional broadcast. It'll be much more enjoyable for you using my great knife. Okay, so we'll set that aside for a minute, but that is a really nice looking knife. It's actually got a nice little, it's got a flashlight in it. Check that out. Woo! And it's, set up to have, so you can have a few tools with you if you get out, in a position where you need a knife. And it's got a nice thing here where you can cut like a seatbelt. If you get stuck in a car, you can break a window with that, or you can poke a fool in the face if they're messing with you. And also the knife blade, which is really cool, has some place for chopping down here if you need to chop some branches or even some wood. And then you got a nice blade, and that blade is coated, so it's not going to break, and it's going to be very quick to go through anything you need. So it's heavy duty use, and I actually got it for free, and I'll show you how right at the end of this. So it's really a spiffy knife. Everybody needs a pocket knife, plus with a flashlight and a cutter. It's a good deal. So anyway, what we have here is we got, the lamp. These are the things that you put around a light, and it kind of softens the light. They're umbrellas. So I got 2 of those umbrellas, and this is from someone that gave me a studio, gave me a donation. And this is actually what I got right here. I don't know if I got the green screen. I didn't order the green screen, but I got the lights, and I think it's going to definitely help our quality. And wait, this will be the last crappy lit video you get from me. So, and then in here, of course, we got a nice carry case, and then we've got this is a case you can put everything in. So when we keep getting more donations and we get to do the on-site tour, and we get to go out and do things, we can carry these lights right with us, so we can have professional lighting wherever we go. And it's just in here. It's all now just in boxes and bulbs. But I got a couple of stands. I got a couple of the lights, and I also got a couple of the bulbs. And I think I got as well, even though I didn't know it, I think I got the green screen and the green screen stand. So really nice stuff, and I got it for a really nice price. I got a real nice, I think this is actually what I got here. I don't think I got the green screen because I figured I didn't need the green screen. So I got this right here. I got 2 nice towers, 2 nice lights, then you got a nice little backlight, then you got the carrying cases. And I got it for a real nice deal. The actual donation didn't quite cover the entire cost, but to get a super spiffy knife that you can always use, and to get this for a really great price, and whoops, I got it because someone sent me a donation. That's what happens when you send the Christian whistleblower donations. Let me just talk about this for a second. And I know that, here we go, preacher asking for money, but nobody's giving you the information that we're giving you. No one. And I think you know that, and it's been 2,000 years that no one's been giving you this information. that we're giving you. And again, I think that you know that. And so I'm trying to come up with a couple of ways for you to support me. Number one, I'm going to list my PayPal account. So if you just want to give a donation, you can give a donation. I'm also have kicked off my Patreon account. So if you want to give me a donation there, you can do that as well. And I'm also going and hooking up with people like these guys that do this knife, because this is stuff I've used before. This is actually the second one of these I bought. I had it in my luggage when I was on the way to a conference. I had forgotten about it, and they took it, so I got another one. So, you know, these things that are really cool that you'd get anyway, if you get them through me, then the Christian Whistleblower gets a nice little few pennies, and if a bunch of people do it, then that's a lot of pennies. So we're going to try to feature some of the things that I use myself, and you can get a chance to grab these, and you can get a chance, if you're one of those kind of guys, you can do that, and you can use these knives. And I mean, if you ever do get caught in a car, bash out the windshield with this. You can see that note on it, that knob on it. And I mean, you don't want to think about these type of things, but if you're in a situation, even ladies, and you can go grab this in your purse, and some guy wants to get up close and personal with you, and you don't want to get up close and personal with him, I tell you what, a little jab like this, that's going to ruin his whole day, and you're going to be out of there. If you get caught, in a car that's going under the water, you see that razor blade in there, or anything you need to slide in there and cut, boop, you've cut it. And then, of course, this is really cool because this flashlight sits right in here. And all you do is unscrew it a little bit, pull it out. Whoops, I just unscrewed opened the flashlight. It's actually held in by a magnet, so you don't unscrew it, you just pull it out. Isn't that funny? Of course, that couldn't have happened when I wasn't on camera, but you get the idea. I'm going to fix that when we're done. So you're going to see links in my videos. You're going to see ads on my website, and these are things I've used, things that I like, and that just gives you another way to support the Christian Whistleblower. And I was talking to somebody about tithing, because I was on a show being interviewed, and they talked about how tithing is, and it really was just a racket. It was set up to guilt people into giving 10% of their money. But then you think about all these people that have given 10%, and there's the flashlight. A pretty doggone bright flashlight for something a little tiny like that, right? So, I mean, look at that. And it just fits right into the knife, which is super cool. But somebody was talking to me about, I think it was Vinny Eastwood, and we were talking about how if people that were used to giving tithes to churches, and they've come out of churches through my help, if they would give me those tithes, even for, not out of because you've got to do it, not out of because, trying to put legalism on you like Christianity does, but what if you gave the tithe to me just out of your goodness of your heart? You've been giving it to people that were enslaving you. You've been giving it to people that are trying to keep you in a matrix. You've been giving it to people that want to slave you even after your life. What if you gave a tithe, which is, normally 10%? What if you gave that to a guy that's freeing you? What if you gave that to a guy that's trying to help you even stay free in the afterlife, a guy that's helped out your life? So just, think about it. And we don't even have to have a 10th. We can settle for a 5th. But seriously, consider financially giving. You can give to PayPal, through PayPal. I'll list that. You can give through Patreon, which is a website that allows you to give, and everything's above board, so you know that I'm not going to the Bahamas with it or buying vodka. And also, I'm going to start featuring some of these super cool products, so you can get these things, and they're super cool, and you might get them anyway, but you can help the Christian Whistleblower out while you get them. And I like that idea for ladies. Have that in your purse, because you never know when you're going to need to cut something, ladies. And I mean, just look at that thing. Boop. And that's all she wrote. You're in your car and gone. So great day today. I've got a lot of videos to put up. I just wanted to show you that. And I'm going to start asking now when you send a donation if it's all right to say your name, because I want you to get some recognition if you want it. But the person that gave the donation that allowed me to get the lights, I didn't get their permission, so I don't want to say their name. But thank you very much. And this is the last crappy lit video you'll ever see from the Christian whistleblower. And that's what we do. When you give, what do you do with it, Jeff? Do you use it to make a living? No, because I'm still, doing enough work to be able to make to pay my bills and keep me going. I've actually divested of almost everything. I have very, very little overhead, and I did that just on purpose to be able to do what I'm doing and be able to go when I want to go and do what I want to do, and be able to be free. And so whatever money you give is going to go towards not buying knives. I do that on my own, but it'll go towards getting studio equipment, which makes it a much nicer experience for you as a viewer, and also presents a more professional image, so other people that watch will not just be, this guy knows what he's talking about, he's got a rinky-dink, but they'll actually listen, and it will actually create credibility for our movement. I'll also use it to put fuel in the RV, to pay for staying at places in the RV when we go and go on site. I'll use it for travel expenses when we go out to do things. And if you can get 10, 15, 20 people together in your area, we'll come up and do a meeting. We'd like to try to stay right now because I'm still not quite as free as I want to be, Florida, Southeast. And then if you got, bigger people and can, maybe say, oh yeah, well, we'll cover the gas, Jeff, don't worry about it. Then we could do, more up in the East Coast and maybe even other places, because basically I've just got a few hours a day I have to do what I have to do, and then we can be free to, we can have talks, we can have seminars, we can go out and, rescue spirits in the spiritual realm. I mean, we can do anything that you want to do. We can do all kinds of trainings, and we can just hang out. But if we can get 10, 15 people together in a spot, it'd be worth doing. And if you want us to come further, maybe 50, 100 people, so we can at least guarantee that there's no cost to it when it's all said and done. So, and those are the type of things we want to do. And I'm also going to buy more equipment as far as being able to. I'm much more of a spiritual guy, a seat of your pants guy when I do paranormal work. I like to just hear the spirits myself. If they speak, I like to hear them speak out loud. But I realize that some of that's arrogance. And if I can have a ghost box and I can hear them speak through that, then who am I to say, no, you have to speak to me out loud? Some of these spirits are not strong enough, either because they're too new or because they've been around so long, they're getting weak because they're not able to get enough energy. And sometimes they can't manifest in a audible voice within the human oral range. Audible range, A-U-R-A-L, aural, I think that's a correct term. So to be able to allow them to speak through the white noise or through the AM/FM band, and even the ones that use the internet white noise. I mean, the idea is not to pick up as much random stuff as you can and pretend that it's a voice. The idea is to give these spirits as much opportunity as possible to communicate with you if they want to communicate with you. And do you get some tricksters and do you get some liars? Of course you do. And it's just like talking to people, isn't it? Some people are going to lie. Some people are going to trick. Some people are going to be chuckleheads. But you just have to know who you're talking to. You have to just weed it out and filter it out. And, I'm open to direction, and I'm open to people, giving me, their ideas of what they think I should do. And we're open to all of that stuff. And these are the things that we do with and batting around in the back of my mind. I know this is big world and big time. And I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I hope that, we're friends here. Terrestrial radio, television, satellite television, Gaia network. I would do that if we could do that. And if we get enough money put together, we'll do that. I also have friends that are producers that have produced shows for television. If we could put together enough money to do a pilot, maybe get a show somewhere, and not so we can be stars, but so we can get this information out that hasn't been heard in 2,000 years. So think about the tithe. Think about supporting me when you buy cool stuff. And I'm even going to try to get it to where maybe when you're buying normal stuff, you can support the Christian Whistleblower. I think there's programs that allow for that. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing all of that. And thank you for giving a donation to be able to get the lights. I'm also going to get a background this weekend that looks better than this one. Well, this isn't too bad, but I'm going to get a better one, and with the lights, it'll really look spiffy. So thank you for your help. Thank you for your support, and consider supporting more, either straight out through donation, got no problem with that, or by purchasing the products that we represent and the services that we represent. And I've used them all myself, so I know they're good stuff, and I know they're good things, and I know there's a couple other things that this knife does that I just forget what they are, because it's like a little system. So at any rate, I'll put the link for the knife down in the bottom, and I'll put my Patreon down there. I'll put my Gmail down there, and I believe you can also give straight through YouTube. I don't know what kind of a cut they take, but it's probably very minimal. So if you feel more comfortable doing that, that's also totally fine. If there's anybody out there that still uses a paper check, wants to send one to me, well, just ask me for my address. And if you send in a check, I'll give it to you. I'm Jeffrey Dart, the Christian Whistleblower. Finished what I had to do for the day, so this is the first little video. I wanted to unbox the lights, and we're going to start getting into video production today. I think I got 3, maybe 4, possibly even 5 great videos to get out to you today. We're going to be talking about, what do I got coming up for you today? I've got somebody calling me on the telephone. We'll just have to ignore that. I'm going to be talking about, where's my list? I know we're going to talk about, we're going to do another one from the Secret Book of John. I'm going to do Psalm 23, the Lord, the shepherd and his sheep. I'm going to do something about, again, about UFO religions, Lab 9, the 9, Gene Roddenberry. I'm going to do something about Aram, Nephilah, Orion, and the Nephilim. I'm going to talk about the Bilderberger group, which is going on today. And I mean, these are all, so that's at least 4 videos we're going to do today. So I'd better go ahead and get to it. And tithe, I'm reminded of Joseph. He said, what the devil meant for evil, God turned for good. And yes, tithing is a dirty, rotten, lying, rat bastard, guilt-based system. But maybe it put the idea of look at what's been done with tithe. Look at Joel Osteen's house. If you want to know what's been done by tithing, look at Joel Osteen's house. Wow. When you're driving down the road today, look at these big churches. Those are done with tithing. Imagine what we could do with tithing. That's what I'm talking about. Jeffrey Dart, the Christian Whistleblower, helping you unwind your mind, helping you, and asking you to help me help you indoctrinate yourself.